Hey YouTube, just or PincheAls Garage fans, whatever you guys want to call it, I'm here. So, um, let's see. I'm gonna shrink my little screen here. This way you guys can see a little bit more. All right, hopefully that works. All right. So, what we're here for is that I'm gonna show you guys what I do when I'm not working on cars and when I'm actually working in the garage. Obviously, you guys seen already how I make 3D prints, but you guys haven't seen how we make the 3D models or scale 3D models and how we do our t-shirt designs for printing. So we're gonna give you guys, a little tour here of what we do here, on the computer side of things. So hi and welcome. This is what we're here for. We're here to chat and hang out. So if you guys have questions as I work, please ask, because this is what we do. I mean, I'm here to help. So right now, I just scaled this. I was doing this on Facebook Live. I always get issues on Facebook Live for streaming, so I'm just going to stick with the source that works. So you guys can see here we got a little wrench, a ratchet, and a box-ended wrench here as well. These are the items that we're going to be making tonight for our motors that we 3D print. I had a request for something like this to make, and I decided to make something like it. So I already scaled them down so they can fit the aspect of the cherry picker and the engine. So what we're gonna do is make sure they look correctly. They look correct in that aspect. So, let's see here. So we're gonna open up a 1.8T file, and we're gonna import it over to here. And we're gonna see how it looks. Now this is the 1.8T engine that you guys all know and love, obviously, because 1.8Ts never lose. So right now, what it's doing, it's repairing the files. Not the files, but the structure. And what we want to do while it's doing that, we want to see if the scale that I did matches pretty much the engine size. And as it looks currently, the scale looks super good. I mean, if this was next to, your garage and you looked at it, I mean, that looks really good. I mean, that looks like it's to scale. We're going to just paint this engine all black because that's kind of like the theme of the engine. From the factory. So we're going to get rid of the grid. There we go. Now, I like it. I like the way it looks. I like the sizing. I like how it's scaled. It's about the size of an oil pan on the 1.8T. So this 3D printed, this little ratchet, this little wrench, and this little crescent wrench with this toolbox, I think it would be a cool little tool, or a cool little accessory set for your guys' 3D models. Again, it's something I came up with as I was 3D printing. There's another item that we're gonna release with them. I'm thinking we're gonna release a wall plaques. In every garage, we have wall plaques. We have. Let me see here. Wow, let's look on the wall. We have banners like in my on my wall. We have stickers everywhere. So what I'm gonna design is a cool little sticker, little wall plaque that you can, if you're gonna have like a little display case with these, we could probably make little plaques with the picture of your car or a VW logo, just little things that you can slap on your little display case so it kind of accents everything really cool. So looking at this and the grid wise, it's looking really good. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. So I'm going to get rid of that model, and I'm really happy with the way that this is scaled out. So what I'm going to do for 3D printing on it's called Chitu box, we need to rotate them. So we need to rotate these guys. Let's see, 90 degrees positive. No, that's gonna just go that way. So yeah, 0. And this guy over here. So that this is ready to pretty much print, almost. We're going to save the file, save it on a desktop. We're going to call it Tools and Box. Medium scale. Because we have the small scale and then we have the big scale. And then we're going to save the file format as an STL because we need that as well. So now what's going to happen is we're going to open up Chitu box is what we call it. Now this is a program that we use for slicing resin printing. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our file, put it in here. As you can see, it fits beautifully on the plate. So what I want to do is move it over. And this is where it becomes a little weird. We're going to rotate it 45 degrees to the right. Like that. Okay? And the reason why we do this is when we add our platforms, they will not have issues printing. When you print with resin, you got to be very meticulous and patient with the type of printing because at 45 degrees, since it's not a flat surface, you have less chance of the print failing. I know that's kind of weird, but it is the way that it works. And what we do is that we do medium supports, and then we look underneath here and see where we can add some extra support to maybe benefit for printing the item. So I would probably add one there, there, and there, and there, just for added support. I know it's one of those things that I might be overdoing it, but it will benefit us over time with the print. Now the toolbox, this is a little different. The toolbox might cause a problem, so because of its size, we probably want to do a couple there. And now, so this is inside. I know I don't want to do this, but I'm probably going to have to do it because it can become an issue. So we might add a couple supports here. Just like that. The reason why we're going to add supports inside this model is because there is a high risk of it failing at an angle because it does have holes in this model. You see these holes right here on the side? Those can fail, so we want to add a little bit extra support just in case they become a problem for us while we print. Now, this is one plate. I have maybe enough space. Oops. to clone it maybe 3 times. So this is where your efficiency of how fast you can print, because it is resin printing, the amount of items on the plate doesn't matter, because it uses light for printing versus filament. What matters is how high it is. The higher it is, the longer it takes to print. So if I just did this one model, and you'll see, we're gonna slice it, and they'll tell us right now, right off the bat, it's going to take 6 hours and 43 minutes to print. This one? Mm-hmm. All right. So this is what's super cool about resin. We're going to select the item. We're going to clone it. All right. So there's a duplicate. Now we're going to slice it again. It's still 6 hours and 43 minutes. Pretty freaking cool.
You can get another one, right?
We can try. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rotate this instead. I'm going to rotate it this way.
I do it the other way.
No, hold on.
Then you can fit it there.
Okay. And then we're going to clone this one. And I can fit 3 in total.
I'm saying do it
No.
that way, the L.
No. It's fine. I gotta make sure nothing gets past. Okay, so now we have 3 sets of toolboxes on here. So, because of that, we said already it's 6 hours and 43 minutes. Guess how long it's going to take? With triple the amount of prints now. It's going to take 6 hours and 43 minutes. It's that freaking cool. Because, again, it's all about height, not quantity. So, at this height, no matter what I put on here, it's going to take 6 hours and 43 minutes. Now, the reason why it's 6 hours and 43 minutes, if you guys look here in the middle around the left where I'm circling my mouse, the layer height is 0.03. That, if I put that to 0.05, it cut that time in half, to like 3 hours just about. But the problem is that this is such small, I want higher detail. So these toolboxes look really good when they come out of the machine. So we're going to stick with the much lower detail, longer time. But at the end of the day, we're going to reap the rewards of much higher, higher detail final product, and an easier to take apart product as well when we take it off the build plate. So, since we're already going to print these, we're going to select them all, slice all 3 models, and then we're going to make the file for us to make this model to print it. So now, again, we're using basic resin, and where it's going to take us 6 hours and 43 minutes. This price right here is so stupid. It wants you to put the price per ounce, and I don't even know what that is, so I don't put it in, so it gives me these weird numbers all the time. So we're going to save the file. Save it on our desktop. And we're done with that. So now we're going to open up Photoshop, because we got a couple shirts to make tonight. Now this is where the magic happens here at PincheAls Garage when we make t-shirts. What shirts do we got to make, Ben? All right, so right now, since my printer is an 11 by 17 printer, I make sure that my page layout is 1117 portrait style. So that's pretty much what we're going to start off with. Now, if you guys want to learn how to do this, this is an awesome feature. If you guys ever want to learn how to do silhouettes, this is a very easy way of doing silhouettes. Okay? So the very first file we're going to work with is this guy right here. This is my shirt called Dubbin Never Dies. Now, what size shirt is this going on?
Large.
Okay, this is going on a large shirt. So, on a large shirt, we would print this at 10 inches, maybe 10 and a half. So we're going to change our scale really quick to inches. We're going to unionize our scale so that way it's all correct. Now what we want to do is center it. Okay, this is very important to your to the process. Is make sure you're centered on the sheet. Doesn't matter if it's centered on top and bottom, just left to right. Now on the printer that we use, we have very specific margins. So we want to confirm that we're actually centered and we're not hitting the margins. And if we look here, we're clear on this side and we're clear on this side, but we're hitting the top. So what we want to do is move our subject a couple pushes down, and this will prevent the image from not being printed. So now there's a gap on top, on the left, and on the right. So that's how we start our print. Now we're not even done. We have to make a silhouette. Making a silhouette on an image is very simple, but you're gonna have to pick your poison on where you want to keep it black and keep it colored. I know it's kind of weird, but this is how we make shirts here, based off the system that we use here at the garage. So we're gonna pick our magic highlighting tool. We are using Adobe CS6, and you'll notice that everything is highlighted with all these little dots that follow it. Now what we want to do is highlight the areas that it never got to. So what we do is we hold the shift key. This is one spot. This is a spot here and there, and we're good. That's pretty much it. There's no other spots that need to get highlighted. So we're gonna hit select, inverse, select, modify, and contract. Now what that does is it's going to squeeze the selection that we wanted smaller, and I'll show you why. We're going to drop it by 4 pixels. We're going to hit OK because I already have that set by default. It's really up to you guys on how many pixels you want, but I do it by 4 just because it just looks a little bit better that way. And then what we're going to do, we're going to add another page or another layer. We're going to move the layer down 1 and turn off the layer that we just drew everything on. Now you'll notice the subject itself is just there outlined. We're going to grab our bucket and we're going to pour some black paint. We're going to hit Control D, and now we have a background. We have what we call a silhouette. This works. Huh? And I'll explain that in just a little bit. We use silhouettes here because our systems, our printer prints with toner, and we use a special type of toner called ghost white toner. Problem is, there's no option on the printer to have white on top of that. So what we have to do is print in full color with black. And then when we're done, we put the sheet back in the machine, and we only print with white. But the machine doesn't know, printers don't have white ink. White ink doesn't exist. White toner doesn't exist in the normal world. But in the t-shirt making world, it does exist. It's a very cool material. It is toner and it is white. And we use that to put that on the back of color prints so the colors pop on any color garment, pretty much. So now we can see the layer. Silhouette, no silhouette. Just like that. And I can turn it on and off. You'll notice some spots will have some black or white in them. That's okay because it is my intention for that. So now we're going to grab both layers and we're going to rotate them. Or flip them horizontal. We're going to mirror them. That's exactly. We're going to mirror the image. What other shirt are we making tonight?
Kids Jetta.
Which
extra
one?
Large. Black. Black.
All right. So this is a super, super popular shirt. We're going to make another page here because that one's huge.
We have some face masks too. We can fill in.
Okay. So this is a really, really popular shirt that you guys order all the time. And it's the MK4 Kids front end. Black, right?
Yep.
All right. Where are we? Here we go. This guy right here. This is a popular shirt that you guys love so much. And I love making it because it's actually super easy to make. So, again, same process. Now, the issue with this one, if you see here, this white border. What's going on, Shane? This white border here is a part of our dimension. And that kind of ruins it. So if I would have put this at 10.5, bring it down, it's smaller than 10.5. This is not going to benefit me for printing a shirt. So we're going to have to go all the way, probably about another inch, so 11.5. And we're going to see if that's just enough, which looks like it is. Okay? Now, this is part of it. Now, this is not the entire shirt yet. So now what we got to do is get it ready for transfer. Now, since it is a black, it's going on the black shirt.
Yep.
Since it's going on a black shirt, black on black is not the smartest thing to do. Oh, nice. Got the harness pulled. Some color match door strips from Pick and Pull. Very nice, dude. That's very hard to find. You're lucky you got stuff like that. So we're going to show you guys how to make a border around your image so it pops more on a black shirt when your logo is black. So again, you're going to use your magic wand. We're going to hold our shift key. We're going to click on all the empty white spaces that we need toner in or color in. Now we want this white area to pop on a shirt. We don't want this to be black because if not, this will all disappear. It actually will look dumb. So I will not remove this white in this. So everything else is highlighted correctly the way I wanted. So we're going to go back and hit select, inverse, select, modify, expand. And we're going to expand, I believe, we'll do 4 pixels and see how that looks. And we're going to add our new layer. Move this down. Turn off the top layer. And fill it in just like that. Oh, that's not bad. $10 for strips is not bad at all. And yes, those are very expensive parts. I know. Believe me, I know. So, thank you, Shane. So now we added the border. Now it's hard to see it, just so you guys know. It's very hard to see the border, but I'm gonna flicker it on and off so you guys can see what we did. So if we go open, off, you'll notice the black gets thicker. At 4 pixels, I don't think it's enough. But I think it's going to look better at 5 pixels. So what we're going to have to do is delete this layer and do it over again. Make sure we select the layer that we're on. Hold the shift key. Again, select inverse, select expand, and we're going to do it to 5 pixels. Be careful putting too many pixels because it can ruin your design depending on what you're doing. Go back, add black. Now you guys can see it's a little bit thicker, but not substantially. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna stick with that. See? So we're gonna do both of them, and we're gonna transform them and flip them horizontal. Again, we have to print everything backwards when we use our machines, and then when they print, they'll print forwards because we press top, not upside down. So when we do our presses, I mean. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that point. Oh yeah, we need the face mask next, yeah. So what file? PincheAls Garage or...
Face mask is classic VW, and then the PincheAls Garage logo.
Classic P what?
Classic VW,
Oh, classic VW, I'm sorry.
and then the tag one.
Okay. Alright, so someone ordered face masks, so we're going to do that. Just so you guys know, we do make face masks here at the shop as well. And you said classic VW, right? Mm-hmm.
We don't make them, we print them.
We print them, yeah.
Not stitching those.
No. Oh man, where's that VW gear?
Not gears.
The classic VW is the gear.
I thought it was just a regular one.
Is it? I'll double check on the
Is
online
it?
store. No, I gotta double check. What's up, J Ball? So for face masks, we use 2 inches in size. And how many face masks did they order for the classic PincheAls Garage?
It's the 2.
Okay, so 2.
This side, yeah.
And then we're gonna duplicate this layer. Just like that. And what I like to do is I like to merge these two because they're so small we can merge them. So it's just we have less layers as we're working with on the on here.
It looks like you did that slant.
No, that's called. More likely, it's just probably what you're saying.
I thought it was just a regular one because you add the gear as gear.
Okay, so yeah, you're right.
So classic is just
Mm-hmm.
a original one.
Now where do I have that file? Let's see here.
Cooler got saved for the honeycomb.
Oh, you did, right?
Yeah.
Awesome,
I'll
man.
get that out.
Where are they? Maybe it's under stickers. Let's see here. Nope. It's so annoying because I know I have it here. I just don't know where it's at.
We have in this. Oh, I'm about to say it's sticker one, but
Let's see here. Wow, I do not have this stupid logo.
I don't think we printed one
But I always have that file, and I can't find it.
But for a shirt, for the press though, you have
Doesn't
it.
matter. I don't know. I just don't know where it's at.
You have it as a sticker.
No, I haven't watched any new TV. Mostly anime. I haven't even watched the latest Mandalorian. Put it that way, man. Ah, man, what is going on
Waiting
here?
For the Witcher.
Yeah, we're waiting for The Witcher.
Part 2. Season 2.
Ew. Ew. How dare you, sir?
What's you?
He did not like The Witcher.
What? You can't be friends.
It's okay. Oh my god.
Why don't you go to the other one? The PincheAls Garage logo.
Well, I need to add it to this. I already put the PincheAls logo on here.
Well, they're just watching you look for it.
You're not watching me look at anything. You only.
Oh. I thought they were you look for it.
I gotta find this stupid file. Oh, you went eel to anime? Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that, honestly.
We can't be friends.
I mean, wow. Obviously, you're not cultured enough to understand it, so it's okay. It's okay. Right now, I'm having a heck of a time finding this one file. Oh, there it is. Classic VW logo. Here we go. Finally. I use an app to watch. Most of everything used to be Cody, but that stuff has been locked down. Yep. I pay for everything now, so it's like whatever. I'm already to the point where I just don't care.
It's annoying.
And it's annoying because it's so expensive. Streaming is so expensive. Yeah, I know. Super ouch. Alright, so these two are made. We're going to merge those layers. If you really want to, you can merge these two layers as well. And this is, again, these are only made in white, so it doesn't matter. We don't need a second layer. But what we do need to do is make sure they're flipped horizontally. So they print backwards. Man, you and the, you and all the pirating, huh? I mean, whatever works. I mean, if you save money, you save money. I ain't saying anything. What else do we need? That was it?
The other two are on vinyl. That's fine.
Okay, so
You can pick up more pack levels.
yeah, I was gonna do that. Yeah.
Did
In
you
white?
Did you get the right size though for the
They're all 2 inches.
for this one?
Mm-hmm.
The other one's 3. Add up, please.
All right. So let's see here. Now we're next. The next step is I gotta just add more product. Yes, sir, J Ball. We're putting these on a shirt, and we're showing you how we do it here at my house or at my garage.
Where the magic happens.
It's where the magic happens, like my wife says.
Not that fancy.
It's really not. Yeah, it's really not that fancy. So next is that we're gonna put our shoulder logos, because this is what we do when you guys get your shirts. You guys get these shoulder logos that we make for everybody. So we're showing you guys the whole entire process and how we do stuff here. It's, again, this is not outsourced. We do everything here in house, and And that's why I pride myself so much when we sell or make merchandise, because it's a lot of work, guys. You believe it or not, it's a lot of work.
But it's all us.
But it's only my wife and I. Yeah.
It's all us.
Yeah, just cut it and get extra wire. Make sure you have tons of heat shrink and good solder. Don't be getting cheap solder, and get a good soldering iron. I mean, like really good. One that gets super hot really quick. If not, you're going to have a lot of fun problems if you don't do that. I lengthened many harnesses before. It's not hard. It's just very, very time consuming. Usually I recommend lengthening what matters or what you need to only lengthen. Don't lengthen the entire harness itself. Lengthen just the sensors that need to be longer. That's it. Less work, less headache as well. So now that we got our stuff here, we want to move this one. We want to duplicate this one to the first page, because I don't want to redo all of that work. So I just dump it over there. And now we're going to duplicate this one down below. Yeah, just don't use butt connectors. Never use butt connectors when you're working with the wire harness, Shane. That's very risky, and what happens with butt connectors, you change the resistance drastically, so it can throw some of your sensors off. Do not do that. Yeah, butt connectors. So all you need is good quality solder. Make sure it's oxygen-free solder, and water-resistant heat shrink is what you need. And then when you're done, use a what's it called? A felt electrical tape. Yeah, I know what they're called. Don't use those, dude. Don't use them. They're not the best thing to use. Yeah, I mean, you can use them, but I'm not a big fan of them. They're not very reliable. I'm not a fan. The solder they use in them is not the best. Juan Cabrera, next week we should be receiving what we're out of is the filler necks. Those tend to sell out really quick, and the filler necks are very, very hard to get quickly. So that's all we're waiting on. We have all the other parts to stock it, but just no filler necks.
Especially with all that's going on.
Exactly, especially with all that's going on. Shipping's been a disaster. So now that we got our two sheets, all right, everything's flipped horizontally. So in other words, inverted backwards. And now it's time to print these. Yeah, man, that's a good idea. I mean, it's just safe. It's safer, and it just works. So now I'm gonna get my printer fired up and show you guys what the results, because the results actually speak for themselves now. Let me zoom up them here so you guys can see me. Hey everybody. So I'll be right back, and I'll show you guys some really cool end results. I just gotta get my machine warmed up.
Are you getting warmed up?
No way.
As I was saying, if you were getting warmed up too.
No, I am, but no. I don't want it. All right. So now we take out the white toner. That's last. Slap in black toner. We gotta let that set up. We're gonna show you guys what we print on. So this is what we use to actually print on. It's called a transfer. It's called a laser transfer film. This film, you'll see there's a matte side, and then there's a glossy side. You guys can see that. This is what we use to make our shirts. What's going on, GTI Junkie? So we're giving you guys a tutorial, GTI Junkie, on how we make shirts here at my garage. We're making actually 2 shirts tonight. We're making the Mark IV Kids shirt, and we're doing the Dubbin Never Dies shirt tonight. So this film gets 2 layers of toner to make a shirt. 1 layer full color, and then 1 layer just white. Right now I just put in the black layer, or black toner, so that's actually calibrating right now at the moment on our machine. So this is really cool because it's oh man, it's hard to explain how this stuff works. It's cool. Yeah. It's really cool on how this technology works.
It's
but
like printing on paper.
yeah, it's like printing on paper, yeah. But we move it to a t-shirt or a sweater or a jacket or a sock.
It kind of looks like that transparent paper you used to get on.
Yeah. This looks like that transparent paper that you use for projectors at school. If you guys remember when you guys had those old school projectors.
The box one.
So again, we're just showing you the entire process to so you guys understand that we do everything. I know I sound like a broken record, but we do everything in-house. Everything. So I'm gonna go put this back in the machine. I'll be right back.
I haven't split like that on your screen. That's cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys an example here. For Cooler, oh, it's Cooler. Hey, Cooler, number 1, before I answer your question, we got your payment.
I emailed him.
And we emailed you, so your box is going to be shipping out tomorrow for...
I said Wednesday.
Or Wednesday?
Wednesday. If I don't get there tomorrow. For sure Wednesday.
So we'll be shipping out on Wednesday, but...
It's all ready to go.
It's all ready to go. Just want to give you the heads up. So, Cooler Garage. Hi, I'm looking to purchase a 12-valve VR6 ECU for an MK3 with a manual transmission. Do you know if the ECU only can be used for a manual transmission, or can I use an automatic? You have to use a manual ECU for that, unfortunately. You cannot use you can use an automatic. But you need to find someone to tune all that out if it's an OBD2 ECU. If it's an OBD1 or an OBD0, no, you're kind of super out of luck. But if it's an OBD2, in other words, last generation Mark III, you can get it tuned out by somebody. You just got to find someone who can do it. Reprogram all the automatic functions out of it and just leave it for a manual. But it probably costs you more money to do that than to just go find a manual ECU. I'm just giving you the heads up on that. So there you go, man. Find someone that can tune it out, but it's going to cost you money. So here is 2 pieces of the material. There we go. Okay, so here's this. Now, like I showed you earlier, it's a clear film. We call it side A and a side B. Side A is this guy, the clear film. You'll see here, There's my logo printed in white toner, okay? This is side B. This is the glue side. If you see here, this just looks like a piece of white paper. But this white side, and you'll see the other side has like a yellow tone to it a little bit, or has yellow markings. We don't put it on that side. We put it on the white side. Okay, it just helps you to differentiate the sides. You put the two together like this. You put it under a heat press for 2 minutes at 320 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. And you put it for 2 minutes. No, Shane, will not work for him. Completely different pin configuration on the ECU or the harness itself. So we press it, and now what's the magic portion of this is super cool. I didn't know this stuff existed until I accidentally came across it. But when this heats up super, super, super hot, the glue only sticks to what has toner on it. It's what we call self-weeding glue. It's stupid, easy, and cool because I don't know if you guys ever weeded anything on in your life, like stickers. It is a lot of work, and it's very tedious work.
These are Yoda.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it though. So this makes t-shirt making, I mean, stupid easy. Okay, and we're gonna show you how this works. I'm glad that you guys are tuning in and watching this because it's super cool. So we're gonna get to that, but we're gonna print them first. Yeah, trimming weed, no. Trimming weeds is tedious, but this is very different than that. So going back down. We're going to print our first sheet here, which is the dubbin number dies, and then we got all these little extra ones down here. These we don't need right now, and we don't need the black layer. We only want the color layer to print, okay? Same with this. We don't want the blacks to print. We only want the color layer, all right? So what we're going to do first, we're going to hit File, Print. We're going to make sure that we're printing in color, not in black and white first. So make sure we tell the printer it's printing in color. We're going to hit OK. And we're going to hit Print. Check this out, guys. This is so cool. I need some water.
You're dying.
I am.
You want some tea?
No, water. Please. So the machine's going to print right now, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Now, it doesn't look like much, but it's pretty cool. Here it is. This is not ready for a t-shirt yet. As you can see, there's no white on it. It's just all the color got printed, not the white though. But you can see it's exactly what it is on the printing. There's no pixelization. Because we make everything out of vectors, so everything's stupid high resolution. If this was on a white t-shirt, I could just put this on a white t-shirt and it will look just like the photo on here, okay? But I'm gonna do the Jetta one right now too. So get the machine, File, Print, but make sure we're at in full color. Thank you. And we're going to hit Print. Alright, so we're printing now the MK4 Jetta Kids because that's the next image that we're going to do. So we gotta take out the black cartridge now. And we're gonna put in white toner. So I can show you guys this. This is actual white toner. You can even see it here. It's from a company called Ghost. Ghost White Toner. They're from the UK. Super, super cool. So we're gonna slap this in. Move the black cartridge out of the way. So I'm going to show you guys the Jetta now. So the Jetta just finished. You guys can see this. Okay. You notice the Jetta doesn't really pop very much. It's still just a black Jetta outline. It looks good, but it's missing brightness. It's missing pizzazz. And we're going to show you what it looks like after the next coat. It's, again, can't tell you guys, it's stupid cool, because remember how we talked about here, it has all this empty space. We need to fill that with white. Same with the letters over here. We need all that with white. And we made a white border around the entire thing, because this is going on a black shirt. I don't know why people love ordering black Jettas on black shirts. It's not the greatest looking thing because it's black on black on black. But the way that we do it, it looks good. Okay? I'm just telling you that. It looks good and it looks appropriate. So, again, this is really cool. This is not the final product because we're still missing... we're still missing all our white stuff down here. You just notice this is an empty space. And we'll show you why. If we turn off the Jetta, here's our silhouette of the Jetta. And then here are other items that we got to print. Same over here. We got to turn off this one, turn on our silhouette. And same with this. Now, you guys got to understand... you cannot move any of those images anymore. The moment you move it, it's not going to fit, or it's gonna shift on the sheet, so it's gonna look very bad. So make sure there's the image and there's a silhouette of the image. That's what we want, is the silhouette. Now on that one, the skull one, it's smaller. On the Jetta, it's bigger. You'll see here, if you look, they turn off and turn on, turn off and turn on. You'll see. And we want just the silhouette. Okay? This is very, very, very vital to the printing process next. So I'm going to show you guys that in just a moment. So now we're only going to be printing in white. So we have to tell the machine to print in black and white. And the reason for that, it will only use the black toner. But since there's a white toner in there, it's only going to use the white toner. It's kind of, deceiving the machine, but it doesn't know it. So right here, we're going to tell it to print to grayscale. We're going to hit OK. And we're going to hit print. And this is what happens. This is so cool. This is where my mind just got blown when I did this. When I first learned how to do this. It's so freaking cool. So get ready right now. It's coming. Woo-wee, it's coming. All right, So you guys remember what the skull looked like without the... It was just all kind of faded and stuff. And this is the final product right there. Check that out. Come on. That's freaking dope. Am I right or wrong? Isn't that dope? That is the final product, guys. Right there. Ready for a t-shirt. Well, not yet. We still got to put glue on it. But, yeah. Right there. And see, there's my other logos that I put on your shoulders right here. But check that out. Huge difference. Huge difference on how it looks. If we look behind it, you'll see there's a fat layer of white on there. That's all white back there. Obviously, you can see the color, but yeah, that's what happens when we use white toner on a color image. It's really, really cool. It pops beautifully. So now is to do the Mark IV Kids one, so you guys can see that. Right here. Same process. We're going to hit File, Print. Make sure it's printing in grayscale and no other color. Okay? I'm going to go grab the Mark IV. Make sure it's in the machine correctly. Now before I put it back in the machine, I'll show you guys one more time. That's what it looks like. Alright, right now. This is what it looks like. So this is before. And now we're going to hit print. And then we wait for the magic to happen. There you go. Final results. Have a good one, man. That Mark IV Kids one, that was all grayed out. Look at that. Now it pops. See that? Now we have a white layer or a white border around everything. You see? It's got a really cool white. Everything has a white tone to it now. So now when this goes on a t-shirt, you can actually see it. So we have our face mask logos here. We have our shirt logos down here. So now we just transfer this to with the glue side, what we call the B side, and it's ready to go on a t-shirt. That simple. That simple, guys. Now each one of these pieces of paper or plastic is $4. Believe it or not. This one piece of transfer paper is $4. It's ridiculously expensive. So we have to be very, very smart to not make errors or issues, because it costs me $4 to mess up every time. So that's all done. Hopefully you guys learned something with me tonight. Very, very rare that I show you guys what I do or how I do some of the work I actually do.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes stuff, you know. It's not very common that we do that. And the reason why we don't do it is just because a lot of people don't really care, you know. Oh man, Landon just hooked it up with $5. Woo! Thanks, Landon. Appreciate that. And that's a cool little gift right there. Look, it says good job.
They pay for one transfer paper.
Yeah, you paid for a sheet of transfer paper. Thank you. Thank you, Landon. Again, this is how we do things here at in our garage, and believe it or not, it's a lot of work. Right now, the machine now is turning on. We had to turn on our press. The press now has to turn on, has to get hot to 320 degrees, and then we gotta start transferring everything. Once the transfer is done, then we gotta put the shirt on there and transfer it to a shirt. And then when the shirt is transferred, then we have to let the shirt cool for 3 to 5 minutes. Put the shirt back up, peel the plastic cover off, put the shirt back on, press it again, and then we have our final product. It is.
And then you have to do the sleeve, right?
And then we got to do the sleeve. Yeah, it's
Same process.
same process. But again, it's every shirt gets taken care of that way every single time.
Lots of love.
Lots of love, guys.
Lots of love and labor.
Mm-hmm. And I do it because, well, I love you guys. Come on, you know.
And we don't want anybody else to do it too.
Yeah, we don't want to pay a company. We don't want to outsource to another country or to another company, you know, a corporation to make our stuff. No, this is PincheAls Garage, man. DIY Central. So that's all I got for tonight. If you guys have any questions before we say goodbye, please ask them now, or we'll talk later. You know, I just wanted to give you guys a live look at what we do, plain and simple. You guys have any questions for tonight? I know there was a lot to take in. A lot, that was for sure. Well, if I don't get any questions... Oh, wait. Oh, Landon? Thank you, Landon. You paid another $10. Jeez, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wife, hand, come to the hand, Carlene. I got. Look at that, Landon. You just got a hookup right there. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it very, very much. You know, hopefully 2021 is the year of PincheAls Garage, and is the year that we blow up and become the ultimate channel. What's up, Luis? Look at this guy. He's already late. You're late to the show, man. We're leaving. We're calling it a night. You're way too late, buddy. Oh, man. We just showed everybody how to make a t-shirt and a 3D model. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, we actually just did a 3D model for the 3D prints. We got little toolboxes with little wrenches and stuff in them. And then we showed you guys how to make a t-shirt and how we do our t-shirts here with Photoshop, and how we orient the page, and how we have to make silhouettes and all that stuff. I just did that right. I just did it. Oh, my eyes are tired. Well, either way, I gotta thank Landon for the $15 donation. Hooked it up tonight. Definitely very, very appreciative. And we're gonna continuing making content. Period. Content's not gonna stop being made here. Freaking Landon, man, another $10, dude. Look at that. You just got a double thumbs up from the wife. Very rare. Oh, Luis. Oh, my brain. Please. Do you know when the bolts are coming in for the block? Do you have an estimated time for that? Dude, Landon just hooked it up, man. Hooked it up fat.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you very much. Says the Fizzorth. All right. Well, that means I'm gonna be. I guess I'm gonna rebuild the back end of the Jetta. Then I have all the parts to rebuild the rear end of the Mark IV, the Patreon car. While we wait for your parts to come in on the 4th. So this, just so you guys know, new DIY coming for you guys who own a 6-speed transmission for a Mark IV. We're gonna show you guys how to drop your shift box and how to rebuild it. Actually. My buddy Lon from Big SoCal Euro, his 337, I think it's a 337. Yeah, it's a 337 GTI. The shift cable broke. I've actually never seen one personally break on me, so I got to go over to his house on Thursday or Friday to go drop the exhaust and pull the shift box out and repair the shift cable. We got a new shift cable, so. If you guys ever need to rebuild a Mark IV shift box, this is the DIY to be ready for. If you guys are ever going to need to get a B&M short shifter or just a short shifter, this is the DIY that you need to learn and watch. Short shifters are very, very time consuming to install, believe it or not. They're actually one of the harder ones because you have to drop your entire exhaust to get to it. You gotta drop the exhaust, you gotta drop the heat shield, and then you can get to the shift box, and then you gotta pull your shift cables. It's a job and a half. So we're gonna have it all filmed this week, and it'll be a new DIY coming out this week as well. I'm actually gonna get picking up a short shifter for you guys so I can show you guys actually how to do a real short shifter, not just the pendulum one, but the one that actually is in the actual inside the car. We're going to show you guys how to do that, and we're also going to have a DIY on how to rebuild your shifter. Again, our cars are 20 years old, guys. They're not getting any younger, and ECS tuning, Euro tuning make a full entire. No, Landon, it will not work. Completely different setup. Oh, wait, hold on. You mean, will a 6-speed transmission fit a 1.8T? In other words, you want to swap the transmission? Swap? I just said swap.
Swap.
You want to swap transmissions, go from a 5-speed to a 6-speed? Is that your question, Landon?
That should be a shirt. Just swap it.
Just swap. I like a shawarma. Just swap it.
I'll write that down.
Is that your question though, Landon? Is to swap the transmissions, go from a 5-speed to a 6-speed?
Trying to spell it.
Swap.
Maybe that can be our new Patreon sticker.
Okay, yes, you can do that. 100% you can do that. So the way this is, be ready. Write this down, okay? I'm gonna give you the breakdown on what you need to make this happen, okay? So let's actually let's get back. Let's get on. Let's make a list for you, okay? Let's see. We need. Do I have it on here? Yes, I do. Here it is. Do a spreadsheet. Let me open up OBS again. Window capture. No. Yeah, display capture. Here we go. All right. So this is what you're going to need, and I'm going to show you this in just a moment. All right, let's get this working. All right. pay close attention of what exactly you need. So we're going to do this with 2 columns. All right? Alright, this is not going to work. So we're going to just open this up even bigger. And we're going to view this. There we go. So hopefully this works for you, and hopefully this makes sense, and I hope it's clear enough for you, okay? This is your part list that you will need to do a five-speed transition to a 6-speed transmission. In other words, an O2M transmission, okay? The O2M transmission is pretty much all 6-speed transmissions in the Mark IV platform in the United States, all right? So, number 1. There we go. Actually, this is not going to work with it. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to go to a document. This will be better. Yeah, way better. All right. Size 28. Here we go. 1. All right. Obviously, you need an O2M trans. All right. Pretty straightforward. Number 2. You need 6-speed axles. All right. Number 3. You're going to need a 6-speed clutch kit. Meaning, all right, flywheel, pressure plate, and clutch. All right. Number 4, you're gonna need the hydro throw out bearing. Okay. O2Js don't use a hydraulic bearing. They use a standard throw out bearing with a fork, which is a clutch fork, which engages and disengages the clutch. O2M transmissions use a hydraulic bearing, which is hydraulic. So it goes up and in and out like that with a bearing, with a spring that's hydraulic that pushes it in and out like that. You need that conversion. It's not that hard to do, but you need that part. Okay. Number 5, once you get the throwout bearing, you're going to need the 6-speed transmission hydraulic line. So you need the clutch slave cylinder line. Okay. Line, or also known as hose. Okay. You're also going to need the shift, linkage, and shift box to make this work. Okay? So now we got axles, we got the transmission, obviously the clutch kit, your throwout bearing, your clutch slave cylinder hose, because it's a very different line in comparison to what came with from the 5-speed, the shift linkage, and the shift box. Now, one more part exists that a lot of people forget, and it's a pain in the butt to find, because again, the 6-speed transmission is not a common transmission. It's actually one of those rare transmissions that are out there. But you need, when you get the transmission, you also need the trans mount. Okay. So, or also known as the trans bracket. That's the bracket that sits on top of the transmission, not the transmission mount. It sits on top of it. It's where you mount the transmission. It's where the transmission mount actually mounts to the motor mount. What we call it a trans mount because it's on the transmission side. But we have two names for it. Just depends on where you shop for it. That's how it will show up on the internet. So you're going to have a little bit of confusion or difficulty to find it. But that is the part you're going to need, and you're going to need the hardware for that. Okay? Hopefully the person that you buy the transmission from has that part for you. And that's it. That's everything you need to do a 6-speed manual transmission swap. Yeah, it's a lot. If you really think about it, that's a lot. And the most expensive part on here, just so you know, is the clutch. Not even the transmission is expensive. Your clutch kit is going to be more expensive than everything else to do your swap. Yeah. Clutches for 6-speed transmissions are very, very expensive. You're looking $600 to $800 for a stock setup clutch and flywheel. $1,000 for like a stage 1-ish. $1,200 to $1,400 for a stage 2. You kind of get my drift there. A 5-speed transmission with a good stage 2 clutch is like $500-$600, half the cost. Your axles alone are anywhere from $160 to $200 each. So be ready to spend some decent chunk of money to get a swap done properly. Hopefully, Lennon, that answers your question, all right? I'll leave this little piece of paper up for a little bit longer for you, and then we're going to close it up, all right? Yeah, definitely, Lennon. Wow, just give me another $5. You don't have to, man. I'm here to help.
Well, it's much appreciated.
I definitely appreciate it, yes. But it's not necessary. But it's very, very much appreciated. That is very true. Thank you again, Landon, for that. I appreciate it very much. Good that you took the screenshot. So I'm going to take this down, all right? Whew. Oh.
It's people like them that help make this all possible.
It is true. You're not lying there.
Did you hear it? Did you hear that?
Hopefully. You gotta speak up louder if you don't want to hear it.
It's people like you that make this all possible. Can't do it without you.
Just so you know, Landon, that right there, my wife, this never happens. She never converses on YouTube. She brings a little handout like that, and then that's the extent of my wife's interaction on YouTube. My daughter has more screen time on YouTube.
Not really.
It's the joke, baby.
You get the background shot for me.
Uh-huh.
Or the clicking.
Or the clicking, yep. So hopefully that helped you out tonight, Landon. If anybody else has any other questions, please feel free to ask right now. Or have a wonderful night. I'll give you guys about 15, 20 seconds to post a comment. If not, we're going to call it a night. Pretty straightforward. Thank you, Landon. I agree. I agree. The information that we do is definitely worth it. Yes, sir, Mr. Luis. Right now, I don't need anything except for the parts to come in. That's it. But thank you, buddy. Um, so you guys on YouTube, if you guys are not Patreon members, please go to patreon.com and then search PincheAls Garage and become a member. It only takes $5 to become a member to get exclusive content for our Jetta VR6 build that we are doing here at PincheAls Garage. And
merch, right? And special merch.
Oh yeah, and exclusive merch for just Patreon members. On top of that, once the Jetta Mark IV VR6 that we are building is done, I'm telling you guys that right now, one lucky Patreon member will take home the car. No,
It's a gift.
take the car as a gift. Plain and simple. All right? Thank you again, everybody.
And tier 2 and tier 3 members receive discounts
Oh, yeah.
on the store.
As well. Yeah, tier 2 and tier 3 members also get big discounts on our online store for merchandise. And you guys also get exclusive, obviously, live content, exclusive video, exclusive everything. Everything's all exclusive for you guys. So, all right. But, yes, car giveaway. Yep. Hey, Pasky just showed up. What's up, fool?
We're doing your shirts.
Yeah, we're doing your shirts tonight, by the way. But we're saying goodnight, though. So thank you for tuning in, Pasky, last minute. It doesn't matter. It's still appreciated. Everybody else, have a wonderful night. And as always here at PincheAls Garage, if you see another dubber on the road, give him a thumbs up. Give him deuces. Respect one another. And as always, you see, as the banner says back there in the back, we're going to break, we're going to fix, I'm going to repeat. Peace out, everyone, and much love from my family to yours. Have a wonderful night. Yeah, thanks again. See ya. No problem, Pasky.